In Marin County, coronavirus cases are on the rise. San Quentin Prison has the largest outbreak, but take those numbers out of the equation, and more than half of all the cases in the county are concentrated here. Nestled between some of the wealthiest zip codes in the country, the canal looks and feels a lot different than much of its neighboring communities. It's 80% Latino and largely low income. You won't find the mansions here, rather the densely crowded apartments of the county's essential workers.
Mi nombre es Crisalia Calderón.
Crisalia Calderon is an immigrant from Guatemala who works as a housekeeper and lives in a 3-bedroom apartment in the canal with 9 of her family members, including 2 of her children with underlying health conditions. She and her husband both recently had coronavirus. She has since tested negative, but when she was positive, she let her clients know and stopped working.
Some reacted, "I hope you are well, you and your family." And others asked, "Why? Didn't you take care of yourself?" They wanted to know how and where we became infected, but we began to think, we only go to work to get gas and buy our food. So it was very difficult to find out we were positive.
Crisalia still doesn't know exactly where she became infected, but she does know she's part of a broader story. Latinos make up just 16% of Marin County's population, yet they currently account for roughly 80% of all the county's coronavirus cases. It's the largest racial disparity of any county in the Bay Area.
Our grocers, our landscapers, our construction workers. In some ways, the virus here is sort of a truth teller around inequities.
Okay, señor. Este es el último por hoy día.
If there's one person working to bridge these inequities, it's Omar Carrera, the CEO of a small community organization called the Canal Alliance.
Because this area is such a hot spot, the county has strategically set up testing sites here. But even then, there are challenges. You can see these long lines of people here today. Some people saying they showed up at 7 in the morning, 6 hours before this site opened, and there still are not enough tests.
I'm going to tell a lot of people that all the tests distributed for today, there's going to be a lot of people that are disappointed. But it is what it is. I cannot control how many tests we can do per day. Pero ya no hay más pruebas por hoy.
Omar says their site is given between 80 and 120 tests twice a week, and it's never enough.
Yo pedí ayuda. Me llamó el condado de Marin.
I asked for help. Marin County called me. They told me, "You tested positive. You need to be home. Get away from your family, get away from your children." I could not leave my children, and where was I going to go? I need food for my children, or to pay the rent. "Don't worry," he told me. "Tomorrow we're going to help you." What did they bring me? A potato, 2 squash, expired ground meat for hamburgers. What could I do with those things?
The county says they are working on solutions, ramping up testing and offering income supplementation, food, and housing to those who test positive. Important steps, but as Omar has seen firsthand, not always perfect ones in practice.
So this idea that I stay home safe and shelter myself and I don't care about what's happening around me, that is the wrong perception of the issue. Because we are so interconnected. And Latinos, what the pandemic has done to all of us has shown us that if one person of our community is not safe, nobody is going to be safe. So the canal problems are Marin County problems.